guys, всем привет! Welcome to my channel Alice Yummy Food and добро пожаловать! Today I want to show you these beautiful strawberry mousse cakes. They're so pretty, they're so tasty, they're light, they're fluffy. I made them with my vanilla and strawberry white chocolate sponge, and the mousse inside is so yummy with the strawberry jam kind of pouring out, so they kind of got like little lava going on inside of them. I really hope you try this recipe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I want to reach 100k very soon, and it means a lot to me when you do subscribe. And now let's get started. First we're gonna make our sponge cake. So in a large bowl add your butter together with sugar, and you're going to whisk this on high speed for a few minutes until the mixture is smooth and incorporated. Then you're going to add your eggs and slowly mix everything together one more time. Now you want to add vanilla extract and mix everything together again. Make sure you scrub the sides of the bowl too. Then add your plain flour and mix everything together on a low speed until the mixture is incorporated. You then might want to switch to a spatula and mix everything one more time, as you don't want to overmix the mixture. Now add your white chocolate, and I've cut it into little chips, so if you've got them ready, just drop that in. And mix everything again one more time until it's all done, and set it aside. Here I've got a lined baking tray with some parchment paper, and I've added some cooking oil to make sure that the mixture doesn't stick to the actual pan. Now scoop out all your batter onto your tray, and you want to evenly spread it around with a spatula to make sure the cake bakes nice and even and you don't have any bits where it's sticking out too much or too little. So just try and do your best. It will obviously even out in the oven too while it's baking, but it's better to be safe. Then add some fresh cut strawberries on top of your sponge cake, and it's good to go in the oven for about 25 to 35 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. You'll be able to smell your delicious sponge when it comes out of the oven. And you want to leave it on a cooling rack until it's cooled down completely. Cut out your rings with a cookie cutter. These will be perfect for my dessert. Whatever molds that you use, you can use the sponge cake and cut out the exact sizes that you need. But generally the sponge is absolutely delicious and should look like this. Now we're gonna make our strawberry puree. So in a blender add your strawberries, and then we're gonna blitz everything together in a blender until they become nice and smooth. It's gonna look just like that. Now to make our inserts, I'm adding some strawberry jam into a pan and then some leftover strawberry mixture. Then place it onto a stove, and you want to cook this until the mixture melts and kind of becomes one mass or so. Add your corn flour or cornstarch to thicken it up, and we're going to cook this for 5 minutes or so until you see that the mixture bubbles and becomes more like a thick jam consistency. I then decided to place this into a piping bag for easier pipe into my molds, but you can use also a spoon. Here I've got my mini molds that I'm going to use. These are perfect if you're using fancy desserts. You definitely need one of them because we're going to be making our inserts. So just go around and fill these up with your strawberry jam, and then place it onto a board and freezer. It's best if you leave them overnight so they're completely set. Add gelatin into cold water and leave it for about 10 minutes. We're gonna place some of it into our pan, and I'll leave all the measurements on my website, and then add sugar. And we're going to cook this on the stove for 5 minutes or so until the sugar is completely dissolved. So the smell will be amazing in the house because cooked strawberries smell incredible. Then once it's bloomed, you want to add the gelatin into your warm mixture and mix it together, and then set it aside to cool down for a little bit. In a pot, add your heavy or double cream, and you want to whisk this for a few minutes until the mixture thickens up, but it's not too thick. You kind of want to look for a sour cream consistency, so it kind of falls off the spoon but hasn't whipped up completely. Then add your double heavy cream into a large bowl, and we're going to add our cooled strawberry mixture a little bit at a time and whisk everything together at the stage of incorporating these. You do want to go in stages and add a little bit at a time until you finish with your strawberry mixture. Mix everything together, and then I decided to add some red food coloring to make it more of a strawberry flavor, but you don't have to do that. Then add your mixture into a piping bag and seal it from the end, and that's good to go. Guys and girls, I have my recipe on my website at aliceyummyfood.com. You'll find full ingredients and also directions on how to make this. And also you'll be able to find loads of other recipes that I do for my channel. Just click on the picture, and you'll be able to see the whole video with the directions and the full recipe in English and Russian languages. Here I'm using these molds. You can use any molds that you like. I really like the way they look. And I've placed a board on top of my mold so it's easy to place in a freezer. You then want to go around and pipe your strawberry mousse into each mold and leave it sort of halfway through. Shake it a little bit to make sure there are no gaps. We're going to set this into a freezer for a few minutes while we make our inserts. And you want to take out your strawberry inserts, 2 halves at the same time, and then you're going to glue them together to make this sort of strawberry ball that's going to melt when you cut open your cake. And then add these right into your mousse. You don't want to press too much because you don't want them to sink inside. You want them kind of like halfway through. Once you've done that, you want to add your strawberry mousse and finish up your cakes. Then you want to place these into the freezer to set for at least 8 hours or so. I like to do this overnight, so the next day I take out my beautiful strawberry mousse cakes from the mold, and look at that beautiful shape. You can decorate obviously in any way that you like. I do like to use velvet spray, so I'm using a red color. If you're interested in learning about this, I've got my online courses where you can learn how to make super fancy desserts, so make sure you check it out. I'll leave all the information in the description box. And then add this onto your sponge on top and just be very, very gentle. They're good to go. So we can place them into the fridge to defrost for half an hour, and they're good to go. Now let's cut into it. It's so beautiful, almost don't want to eat it. So when you go around and cut into it, the jam just oozes out, and it's absolutely delicious, guys. Such a strong strawberry flavor. The sponge, the mousse, it all works so good. Everyone said that this was their favorite dessert and they couldn't stop eating it. I really, really hope you try this recipe. You can use any molds that you have. And yeah, don't forget to check out my online courses if you want to learn more. And thank you so much for watching.